Hey, Geek Speak Live, Monday Night Live here. Hello, Todd and Wade.
Yeah, you pointed yourself for my name. That was weird. Sorry, Geek Speakers, we have been slack. Well, when I say slack, we've had work and shit on.
Yeah,
So
I actually had to go to a gun siege.
I know, and it wasn't caused by me. I swear, it wasn't. I don't do.
It was
that
a
kind of
real person with a real gun.
thing. You did,
and
so,
tanks.
and I've messaged you and gone, "Are we Geek Speaking Live tonight?" And you're like, "I'm in the middle of a siege."
I'm like guns and tanks, and you're like, you're welcome.
Yeah. Guns and tanks.
You want to see some real guns?
Anyway, we've got plenty to talk about here on Geek Speak Live tonight. I'm going to kick it off with...
Hey, Andreas.
Hello. How are you? Actually, it's so fitting that this lovely lady tuned in. I do follow you on Facebook, and I did see the other day you had something up about movies that you binged on or something. Might have been over the weekend. And Beauty and the Beast. Guess who went along to see Beauty and the Beast with my wife this week? It was me, because I wasn't sending him with my wife, because that's just weird.
I'm completely boycotting Beauty and the Beast.
Don't. It's really...
No,
really
boycotting
good.
it. I had a bad experience.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I had a good experience at Beauty and the Beast.
1992, I had a bad experience.
Tell us about your bad experience.
No.
No? Don't?
Maybe if people ask, I'll say it later at the end of the podcast.
I know, well, people ask him about his bad experience with Beauty and the Beast in 1990. I've heard this story 10 fucking million times over. Anyway, I was in Brisbane on the weekend, a romantic weekend away with the lovely wife, and we decided to go to this big South Bank Cineplex. Oh, God. You Brisbane folk, are so lucky that you've got an awesome cinema like that.
Yes, you beautiful sons of bitches.
Yes, $8.50 for a regular ticket, right? Up where we come from, $18 is the basic price. And it was like they had a sign up, Disney pricing, it's an extra 50 cents per Disney film. And I'm like,
I can't get it out of my wallet.
I paid for me and the wife, and they go, that's $18. So I'm like, that's the price of one fucking ticket back home.
I still get change.
But anyway, it's like, what do you call it? Big IMAX screen. It's massive. So we got
Did you see it on the IMAX screen?
Yeah.
The actual IMAX screen.
The big screen. It's not, they don't use it for IMAX. It's just that big, gigantic screen.
You saw Emma Watson in IMAX.
Yeah.
Was it nice?
Look, fantastic film. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So did the wife. A lot of people...
The real wife, not me.
Yeah, nah. But anyway, look, what can I say? Emma Watson, fantastic in it. Although, I can't help but look at her and think Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Just happens. Kevin Kline is the father. Fantastic. Yes. Sir Ian McKellen is Cogsworth.
Oh, really?
And Ewan McGregor as Lumiere. I cannot think of the guy who played Beast and / the Prince. I'm not familiar with him.
Wasn't he from like Vampire Diaries or something?
Yeah, probably. Emma Thompson played Mrs. Potts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, who was Chip then?
Some kid. I don't know.
Was it Harry Potter himself?
I can't think of the guy's name who played Gaston, but he did a fantastic job. 2 thumbs up. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it.
He was the guy that threw the spear in the Hobbit films.
Yeah, he was out of The Hobbit. Yes, I can't think of his name. But he was fantastic as Gaston. And look, the songs are in there. You can't help it. You're tapping your foot along to the... and as I just said to you, like for the last hour while we're getting ready for this, I've been singing, no one fights like Gaston, no one bites like Gaston.
Did you get bitten by Gaston?
No, but someone in the film did, because he holds up it's the character
Josh got bit by... Gaston.
Really?
Yeah, that's his name.
That's his name. Oh, okay. Whatever.
It wasn't a comment on the screen.
Seriously, I enjoyed it for what it was. Really, really good film. So I gave it a solid... I'll give it 9 out of 10.
You know what? I was upset because I heard that they had to make the Beast more pretty so that she'd fall in love with him.
He is a little bit on the pretty side, the Beast.
That's completely against how the ruling of the entire movie is supposed to be.
I'm pretty sure I'm not ruining anything here when I tell people this, but she marries him at the end, right? And she actually says to him, she goes, "Would you consider growing a beard?" Once you've had hair, Ginge,
you never go bare.
That's right. The ladies love it.
Is that the time where the music goes bloop, bloop, beep, and then goes boom, and then the credits roll? Is that what happened?
Didn't fucking do it that way, no. Actually, the credits were really cool the way they were done. But anyway, he was pretty.
Yeah. See, he didn't have big teeth coming through underneath it.
He did have the teeth. No, he had the teeth in it and everything.
Yeah, but he had really sculpted, real pretty lips, but he wasn't...
Yeah, they could have just cast you and saved a
Yeah,
ton of money as
yeah,
the Beast.
yeah.
Couldn't they? Eh? They didn't even have to add
So,
any hair.
so did she actually fall in love with him, or was it Stockholm Syndrome?
No, she fell in love with him.
I
Apparently.
don't know.
It's a fucking Disney film,
I don't
Ginge.
know.
It's a Disney film, but anyway.
She had to fall in love with him because to break the spell, so that her father would be okay, and she'd be allowed to go back and see her father.
Solid.
That sounds like Stockholm Syndrome.
It does a little bit, actually. Solid 9 out of 10. That's what I give it. That's my Geek Speak rating for Beauty and the Beast. It is out. It is doing well. I haven't seen Lego Batman yet. I want to go show you that. But, you know, I had my wife with me, so I was like, let's go and see Beauty and the Beast, honey. Let's go and get our Disney on.
Andreas liked it, but she liked Logan more.
Fucking like two totally different kinds of feel. Of, like, I come out of Beauty and the Beast kind of like, la 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 la. Right? Which is really weird. I might have tripped some acid while I was in there. I don't know. And then I come out of Logan like, you know, but it was a really good film still too. Logan, fantastic. But high, low, you know, manic, depressive.
I would have walked out if it had been the Deadpool ending where he's there with the metal detector that we put up on the Facebook page.
Actually, I was going to message you, but I took a photo anyway. Literally walked out of the cinema and met up with the brother-in-law and his beautiful wife and went, we're going to have lunch. And they're like, oh, we're going to take you right here in this place called Ginga. It's spelled like ginger with an A on the end. And I was like, oh, ginger. And they're like, no, it's pronounced Ginga. And
Racism.
It's not racism. Gingas aren't a race. Anyway.
What do you think this is?
Anyway, it was done inside. It had, I'd say they've moved into something else was in there once before. It had those, you know, like out of a studio, the rails with the movie lights.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in there eating awesome Japanese food, by the way. If you're South Bank, right beside the cinema complex, look for Ginga. Fantastic Japanese food. Yeah, I'll take you down there one day.
You didn't take photos for me?
I did. I'll show them to you later. I haven't had a chance to show you. Anyway.
The reason news.
No, I was going to say the reason I was in Brisbane, right? My lovely lady took me away to see Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, with live in concert with the Queensland Symphonic Orchestra.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking
They went
amazing.
back to the original title for the movie.
You're not the American title, not the Sorcerer's Stone, because apparently Americans can't understand what Philosopher's Stone meant. Anyway, beautiful venue there. It was in the Great Hall at the Brisbane Convention Centre.
Oh, in the convention centre.
Was it the convention centre?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a QPAC.
No.
Not that arty then.
No. Actually, no. Have you been in there for a concert? The Great Hall at Brisbane Convention Centre?
I can't remember.
Amazing. Fantastic venue. Anyway, so the whole orchestra was there, and look, it was amazing. People were all dressed up in their night. I mean, when I say all dressed
Were
up...
you?
I was in a beautiful button-up shirt and everything else. Yeah, the wife was. It was in.
Did you have the
high
Harry
heels
Potter
and everything
jocks on?
No, I didn't actually. But there were people in costume. People were, and the conductor before the show was actually like, you know, if there's a part where Slytherin comes on and you want to boo and hiss, do it. If Gryffindor come on and you want to clap and cheer, do it. And it was just like, cool. And there were people. There were moments.
And you're in the back and going,
like, Hufflepuff! I'm a fucking Gryffindor, motherfucker.
oh, come on now.
I am Gryffindor all the way. Gryffindor for life. You and your
Hufflepuff!
I love you, Harry! Anyway, seriously, there were moments in the film where people would cheer and clap and all that, but it's just weird because here's the beautiful symphony up there doing, and oh, look, have you ever been to one of those? No, I mean, have you ever been to one of them where they do the movie, because they do the subtitles and everything else?
I wanted to go see the Back to the Future one that was in England.
Yeah.
How cool would that have been? Where they had like the entire main street.
Yep.
But,
see, my wife had done the Doctor Who one before, but it was clips out of Doctor Who, and they had like characters dressed up walking throughout the crowd and on the stage during bits of it. Okay. This was the whole movie with an intermission halfway in between, obviously.
So they could sell merchandise and stuff.
Yeah, it was only 15 minutes. But anyway, yeah, so the whole movie. Anyway, at the very end, they announced they're doing the second one. They're playing it in October with the full orchestra as well.
Is that the one with the flying snitch scene?
What do you mean?
The Quidditch scene?
That's in the first one where
Was it?
he swallows the thing, comes back up, and he's like, oh, I got it. Yeah.
How did that go with the audience?
Yeah,
were they
liked
cheering?
it.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like you were too animated at that time.
I
of the
was.
movie.
I was.
No?
Yeah. They make fun of me. I should not have told you that. I should not have.
Did Dobby die?
That's later in the film
Did
series.
Gollum die?
Oh, I'm gonna I need new host geek speakers because this one's going to die a horrible death in a minute.
I can't. I'm not going to see number 7, part 1. Fucking hell. It'll just be orchestra and camping.
And
what the fuck?
The orchestra playing and Todd up the back just.
Died. And they're camping. What else did they do? Not much.
Not much. Seriously, that is fantastic. Sets on in October, the second one. Just blown away for words. We walked out of there. It was such a beautiful night. Of course, the weather in Brisbane's fantastic. You walk out, you're on a high, you walk in the streets of South Bank going, this is just amazing. But that was such a fantastic show. So that's what I did on the weekend. That was my geeky kind of little weekend away.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. Now, I do want to talk about... We've got to talk about it. The Justice League trailer. We were meant to talk about this last week, but we didn't get a chance to live cast.
Has it sunk in yet?
I've watched it probably 15, 16 times.
And then I probably watched the same amount of times the one where the Marvel Avengers are reacting to that trailer.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, you've got to watch it, man.
But Justice League, the trailer, thus far, I know amongst my customers and friends, good response. Everyone's pretty G'd up to see this film. That interaction between Batman and Aquaman, especially when Aquaman's on the car, and I'm sitting there, fuck yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Few people saying, geez, why is DC seeming so dark, the movie universe and everything else? And I had to point this out. I said, but we were having a big discussion in the shop the other day. That's why I love working in the comic shop industry. It's fantastic because you get this cool shit. We have discussions all day long.
It was nighttime. It's not necessarily dark.
No, but they were saying the DC films feel very dark. I'm like, okay, who's the linchpin character? And they're like, oh, Batman. I'm like, exactly. You can't have Batman running around in the daytime, can you? Because that would just look fucking ridiculous. And they all went, actually, I hadn't thought about that. Like that, yeah. He's the linchpin.
Of course, you haven't thought about that.
He's the one bringing. That's why, because DC Warner Brothers have gone. Who's our top-selling fucking? Who's all the video games based on? Who pretty much 90% of the animated series and everything. But what's the top-selling comic? Batman, Batman, Batman. So they've turned around and gone, well, if we're going to do Justice League, if we're going to do this expanded DC universe, our linchpin is Batman. So we're going to have to make things a little bit darker to suit around Batman.
I think people are seeing everything's filmed at nighttime. That doesn't mean it's dark.
It's just
just dark.
Light.
It's just not light.
I'm really keen to see this. I watched that trailer. Like I said, I've seen it probably 15, 16 times. I've watched it with numerous customers and groups and everything else, and just like we're talking over it and just going, yeah, this bit, that bit, can't wait. That looks fantastic. And I think it's going to be fantastic.
And we're seeing all the characters that they're fighting against.
So
the same, the Nightmare Batman characters.
Justice League needed more Booster Gold. Yes, Grant. Yes, I'd love to see Blue Beetle introduced and Booster Gold. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. There is a movie unto itself. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Bring it out as a comedy duo. I'd watch the shit out of that.
But if you were to introduce Blue Beetle into this, it'd have to be the
remember the Extreme Justice version of him in the 90s? Remember that DC series Extreme Justice?
I've got the action figure over there of the Blue Beetle that it needs to be. It needs to be
your Kingdom Come. That was pretty cool, actually.
That'd be a cool arm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just got sidetracked. What were we talking about?
Nicole Kidman's supposed to be his mum in it too.
Whose mum? Aquaman's mum. That's in the Aquaman film, isn't it? So
I imagine she'll make a cameo in this.
She's at that stage of her career where she's now going to be playing mums.
She's starting to play mums, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's a bit, being Batman's love interest to now being a character's mum.
Yeah. Oh, he happens. Will I be cast now as the father in your short films? Because I'm getting that age where I'm not the leading man anymore. Too old. Is that what's going to happen?
If I start making films with children in them, I don't think you'll be allowed anywhere near children.
Probably not.
You need to have blue cards and stuff.
Everyone keeps asking when the wife and I are going to have like a kid, and we're all kind of like, "Hey, settle the fuck down! Don't rush us." I'm not growing up enough yet.
All this stuff come out on Facebook over the weekend.
Yeah.
And as soon as I read an article, I thought, okay, April 1st, it's got to be.
What's that?
Because all these different things were coming up saying this is the new thing, and the
did you see Flykea? Did you see IKEA were going to do an airline?
Flykea,
with the IKEA food and the slingback chairs out of IKEA.
And did you see that Matt Damon was going to be playing Darkseid?
Ah, yes. Now the Joss Whedon thing with Batgirl, that was real though, wasn't it? Him
I don't know.
directing
I don't
Batgirl.
know.
Can anyone tell me? I don't know whether that was real or not. I did wake up early hours of April 1st. And someone had put up that and I didn't realise that it was April 1st. So this
John who?
John Farnham had died. And I was sitting there. This is like 2 o'clock in the morning in my hotel room.
You're like, honey, wake up.
And she got up to
And
go.
I rolled over and I said, what's up, Dad?
Anyway, the wife, and I'm flicking through. I'm like, she's come back to bed. I'm going, honey, I think John Farnham's died. And I'm Googling abcnews.com. And then she goes, remember it's April Fool. I'm like, fuck! Nearly had me. So I was like, John Farnham, fucking Whispering Jack's dead.
You're like, now the bastard can't have another fucking tour.
This is the end.
He can
of the end of the
finally
end tour.
retire.
So nearly got me. Fucking nearly got me. What else do I want to talk about? So we talked about Justice League. Yeah, look, I'm excited. I can't
So
wait.
it's got to be Darkseid is the all-time, well, the linchpin villain of
See
it.
people complaining that Superman's not in the trailer. They're like, oh, we know he's going to be back there, so why don't they just put him in the trailer? It's like, that's going to be probably big fucking
'Cause it's
story point, you know? But I did laugh when people do, they have the posters, the new one-shot posters of each character, and someone's in the Superman one, it's a fucking...
Just the coffin.
It's a coffin with the Superman symbol on it. I was like, yeah, okay, well done. Well done. That one was well done.
Oh, Henry Cavill's acting is quite wooden in this coming movie.
A bit stiff. Anyway, I want to talk about Iron Fist. Netflix.
Yes.
Holy shit. Geek Speakers, tell me.
You were
if watched-
so excited to see it, and I heard it was a little bit...
was.
And you're like, no, this is the shit, man. Marvel have done nothing wrong.
It's a slow burn. I've got 2 episodes to go. I haven't finished binge watching it. It is a chore, actually, to sit there and watch... No, they're long. They're nearly an hour.
Watching
episode.
something that you enjoy should never be a chore.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. You are dead right.
Well, why are you continuing if it's just a chore?
Because I've got to get to the...
Because I might miss something.
I'm a completionist, so if I start something, I'm going to finish it.
Daredevil might come into it again. The Punisher might rock up.
Seriously. I've got 2 episodes of Iron Fist to go. It is... I'm bored. And pretty much 90% of the customers that have come in, and we're all talking, have you finished watching it yet? And they're all like... I'm getting around through it. You know, we're watching an episode here, watching an episode. No one that I know personally, and as 90% of my customers, aren't binge watching it.
Tony says it's not bad.
Look, Tony,
Grant says, fuck the critics, it's great. Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. But that's the problem, Grant. He's got this amazing power, and he fucking hardly uses it because it drains my chi. What the fuck? You're Iron Fist, you know? And then, like, for a guy who's a fantastic martial artist, he gets his ass handed to him a bit. Seriously, I'm kind of like, this motherfucker ain't that good a fighter.
Because I haven't seen, from what I understand, he punches into the heart of a real-life dragon, right? And then, miraculously, he gets the dragon tattoo.
Are you talking about the TV show or the comics?
The TV show, that's how he gets... Well, in the comics...
Yeah, not the TV show.
Well, how does he get his powers in the...
I haven't got to that part. I've got 2 episodes to go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I spoiled it for you.
Fucking ruin
But,
it for me.
like he gets a tattoo, right?
He's got the mark of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
From punching a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't it a...
He's on some good LSD.
But why isn't it a scorch mark? Because he didn't punch into it, knock himself unconscious. A bloke gets and tattoos the dragon on his chest.
I don't know.
Shouldn't it be instantaneous?
I don't know. But anyway, look, I found it to be a slow burn. I'm still watching it. I haven't given up on it. But it's not the strongest Marvel Netflix series. And honestly, and Grant, you're right, the critics have banned this thing, something shocking. And there's been all the non-controversy over the whole, they should have cast an Asian in the role. And people are like, he's always been white in the... Like, if you want an Asian character who does martial arts in the Marvel Universe, Shang-Chi. You don't make a Danny Rand fucking Iron Fist series and all that kind of thing. And then there was people saying Colleen Wing should be Iron Fist. It's like, no, she's Colleen Wing. She's in the comics too, so keep her as she is. And she's actually Japanese. Boom. Fuck. Yeah. I don't get a lot of hate for it either. It's not horrible. I'm not saying, and I'm not going to rate it really negatively. It's just a slow burn. It just seems... I don't know whether I'm kind of TV'd out at the moment. I'm like, I watched Santa Clarita Diet. We binged that. That was fantastic. What else did I finish watching? Oh, I just started watching 13 Reasons. That's interesting. It's a unique series on Netflix at the moment. Okay. The Crown, because I'm a bit of a monarchist. That was fantastic. Doctor Who, Matt Smith, former Doctor Who, he plays
Prince Philip.
and does a great job. Fantastic.
Grant is saying, are you bored with Marvel Netflix or just Iron Fists?
Look, honestly, I haven't watched Luke Cage. I just have not had a chance to get down, and mainly because I heard not a lot of great things about Luke Cage. I've enjoyed Jessica Jones. I've enjoyed Daredevil. And I'm looking forward to Defenders, all of them together. But I just think, Iron Fist didn't set my world alight ground. I just think it was a bit. It's just too slow. I don't know. I kind of expect a little bit more action. Kind of like. So I'll tell you what I did watch, and I don't know. I told you I was going to give you this. Powerless. The DC ones at the DC universe.
Yep.
Now there's a show, and they're only like 20. They're just under a half hour long, I think they are. Powerless is fucking amazing. I've watched the first 5 episodes, and you've got to do it. Like track them down because I don't think it's on any of the streaming. So I don't think it's on Stan. I don't think it's on Netflix. I got given the files for the first 5, and I tell you what, the wife and I sat and watched them together, and we just plowed through them. They were so funny. They were just genuinely make you laugh. And Alan Tudyk in them.
Hey.
Fuck, he is good. Vanessa Hudgens is in it. The guy at the Community can never think of Danny Purdy. And look, it's just phenomenal. There's like references to Bruce Wayne, like because Alan Tudyk plays Van Wayne. He's Bruce's cousin. And they're in Gateway City. That's and he's trying to get back to he wants to get promoted to the Gotham office. And it's really good. There's Crimson Fox is in it. Really? Now there's a DC character from like the 90s and late 80s that. I think it's cool that they've gone. We need a DC character. Who can we put in the show? We'll put Crimson Fox in there. I'm like, fuck yeah!
We need Cowboy
Someone bring in Cowboy Vigilante and I'll fill the cup. I swear to you, that's my all-time favourite fucking obscure DC hero, Cowboy Vigilante. The Ray. I'd love to see someone do the Ray in live action, like even in Legends Tomorrow or something like that. Imagine bringing in the Ray.
Imagine Dog Welder.
I don't want to imagine Dog Welder. Hello, Danny, who's just joined. But yeah, no, seriously, Powerless. First 5 episodes are available if you can track them down. Watch it. That's fantastic TV. Look, seriously, I'd sooner watch that than fucking sit there and watch the last 2 episodes of Iron Fist at the moment. Anyway,
let us know what you think down below.
Tell us. Yeah. Now, what I do want to talk about, we've promoted and we have backed Kickstarter projects before. When it comes to Aussie comics,
pretty much everyone has.
And we've been all burnt by a couple. I can tell you that. Now, there was an interesting one that came out last week, end of last week, that I was really G'd up for by the artist is a bloke who. I highly admire, and I think he's a top bloke. The writer, talent bloke who's had work come out through Comics Tribe, Image, plus he's self-published sort of stuff.
Yeah, and when you told me about it, you were like, "This will be a great seller in my shop."
In all ages,
I want to get some issues.
Essentially, in all ages, one shot. And I was like, "This is going to be fantastic." Now they launched their Kickstarter, so I've gone straight along to go to support it. And I flipped through, and they've got like for $1 you can get the digital PDF. To put on your device to read. If you spend a couple of dollars more, you get a print version. And if you depending on the level you go up, there was like original sketches and all this kind of stuff. Went right through all of the rewards, the Kickstarter rewards. Not a single one for retailers, as in if you want to buy 10 copies of the book, here's a retail package. Now, pretty much every other Kickstarter I've backed in the way of Australian comics has usually always had some kind of retailer or bulk amount of comic type reward. And I thought, that's fucking strange. So I sent a nice worded email, like, hey, to the creator and everything else. I'm just wondering, will you be doing a stretch goal for retailers, or, is there some way that we could get this book? Because it's an all ages book, and they've got a file that goes with it for librarians and teachers to use as a teaching tool. Now, I thought, that's fucking fantastic. We've got a number of teachers that are customers at my store. We service school libraries. We service a couple of regional libraries in the area. They would definitely take this book up. And I said that. I was like, we service these libraries. I'd love to get some copies. And I got a pretty curt response back, kind of just like, I hadn't really thought of that. How many copies do you think you would want for something like that? And I went, like 10 to 15 to start with. Maybe other comic shops might go even 20 to 30 copies or something. Maybe have a 2-tiered system or something. Never heard back. Nothing. Radio silence. They've reached their goal. They're doing stretch goals and all that. Still have not seen, as of this morning when I last checked, I haven't had any response back. and I've not seen anything for retailers. Which I'm going to say, and fuck it, that's fucking stupid, because retailers like myself, we service school libraries, we service regional libraries, city libraries, that kind of stuff. This book that the writer is touting as, this is great, this is going to be used as a teaching tool, pretty fucking hard to use a teaching tool if we can't sell it to school libraries. Do you know what I mean? If you're not willing to work with Aussie retailers, especially when one contacts you and goes, this is a fucking great book, I want to get this for my thing, and you can't be bothered to get back to them and go, yep, look, we'll work something out, whatever. Pretty fucking slack, and I think I haven't backed it. I've decided, you know what, I'm not going to back it now because I just think it's fucking stupid. This push for some of these Aussie creators that push everything digital. This is the first one. He actually says it's the first one that he's offered a print version for, which I thought fantastic, great, and I know he usually only does digital, but it's no good to me as a retailer. This one, I was like, I will back this book. I will get it in print. I will order a ton of copies for my fucking shop. Like, I just put 10 to 15 as a base thing to start with, because we put it in our all ages section. I know other stores in Brisbane, same thing. They service school libraries. They service a city, community libraries and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to be able to get it either. So just a heads up to Aussie creators. If you're going to do a Kickstarter and you're doing a book like this that you want as an all ages, you want to get it in the hands of kids and teachers and everything else, then for fuck's sake, work with retailers. If a retailer contacts you going, yeah, you probably should add in a retailer package in part of your Kickstarter, maybe you should look at doing that, because it's pretty fucking backwards not to.
And it's not the first time something like this has happened.
No, fucking...
How many times have you gone to someone and said, hey, I want to get multiple copies of your book, and they're like, no, I just sell this at conventions.
Yeah, you seriously get
is it pretty much... They may as well have said, no, your money's not good here.
That's what it feels like. Seriously. It just blows my mind. It beggars belief. And for God's sakes, if you know an Aussie creator who's going to do a Kickstarter soon, say to them, tap on the shoulder and go, hey, have you talked to some retailers to maybe see if there's a retailer package you can offer? Because I'm telling you now, retailers, look, if we can't buy it in bulk and make, we need, I'm not saying give it to us for next to nothing. Sell it to us at a wholesale price where you still make money, and we can put a markup on and we can still make money. Everyone's fucking happy. Because guess what? You can't just rely on digital fucking downloads to get your comic out there, especially in a marketplace like Australia. The digital market over here is not fucking big. And I know they're aiming worldwide, and good on them. Like, they said, they filled their fucking Kickstarter goal within, I think it was 2 days, 2.5 days, right? Fantastic. They're running it for a month. 2.5 days in, they got their amount. That's great. But this little black duck isn't going to pledge when I cannot get a fucking batch of physical copies, and you haven't thought of the retailer. Even after said retailer decided to contact you and go, you may want to, and really politely, you may want to have a look at adding this in. I'm interested. So, there you go. A bit of a rant for the week. Not fucking happy. Not happy, Jan!
We need a little graphic made up. Not happy, Jan. And then your head bursts through.
So that was my rant for the week. I'm not actually going to name I'm not going to name the Kickstarter the project, because I'm just a bit pissed off at the moment. Because maybe, I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. Maybe one of them will hear about this and will contact me back and we can work something out, and then I will promote their fucking Kickstarter in the next live video. We'll see how we go. Because I think it's fantastic. I'd like to support these projects, but I've been, I'm already pissed off with this one.
You've been burnt too many times too, I think.
We've backed so many, and we've had some fantastic ones where, straight away they hit you up. We want retailers on board, and how many will you order, and yep, things like Killaroo, Extreme Champion Tournament, fucking Crayfish. There's a bunch of them we've helped support, and I will go out of my way to support good Aussie books. But you got to meet us halfway, folks. Retailers, you got to talk to us retailers.
You're not going to just buy the comic.
I'm not going to buy just one. I need to buy multiples. I've got libraries that are interested in this.
And then for you to put it on your shelf, you need to actually get a little bit of back.
I'm not.
On that as well.
Retailers aren't charities. We're making a crust. We've got to try and make a crust out of this.
And if people look on your shelf and go, "Hey, I could have bought it for this price."
Exactly.
Sad
news. Actually, and I hate hearing about this, but another great Aussie comic shop is closing their doors at the end of the month. Cosmic Comics over in Rockingham in Western Australia, a bit south of Perth. Now they've been around for a bit over 7 years now. I've never had a chance to get over there and visit it myself.
You've checked the photos.
I've checked all their photos out of the store. The store does look great. I've had people who've gone over there come back and talk to us at my store and have gone, look, fantastic, friendly staff, great range, fantastic range, all laid out by publisher and everything else. They had a dedicated kids section. They are sadly shutting their doors at the end of April. They're having an end-of-day sale at the moment. I don't know whether it's just in store or whether it's also on their online shop. But if you're in Western Australia, if you can get to Rockingham, if you can go and visit Cosmic Comics before they shut at the end of April, go and do it. Buy some great products and, maybe even check them out online. But it's just sad to see another Aussie comic shop going the way of the dodo. So...
a little bit on that, I've been seeing lately that comic shops have been doing Facebook Live videos like this.
Yes.
But what they'll do is they'll set up like an auction of items that they're trying to sell online.
A couple
And
of
then
the American ones.
Yeah, and then people are commenting down below and saying, "Hey, I want Pack 5, which is the Batman such and such."
Which I think is a fantastic idea. So maybe if there's any other retailers out there who watch Geekspeak, I know there's a couple. Sean up at Max usually tunes in. And great comic shop, by the way. Go up and see him if you're in Mackay. There you go.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but Sean, he's a top
can
bloke,
be.
so we'll give him a shout out. And also, actually, I want to give, I went and visited yesterday, Sunday, a brand new comic shop in Brisbane at Stones Corner. Now, if you're familiar with Brisbane, Stones Corner, a bit of an up-and-coming area. Lots of great little cafes and unique businesses, some great pubs over that way as well. And Comic Empire has just opened at 347 Logan Road.
Cool.
Tony and Andrew in there are the owners, co-owners. And look, I went in and had a visit yesterday. They had the grand opening on Saturday. Wayne Nichols, Aussie artist, was in there doing some signing, and they had Halo in there doing some,
The
grading the books and all that for Halo in Brisbane, which is just the Aussie version of CGC.
Yep.
Anyway, I went in yesterday. Look, beautiful little looking shop. They do gaming, comic supplies, comics. They're just finding their feet because they've only been open 2 days, but they are going to do Free Comic Book Day.
Cool.
Down there. But go in and have a look at a great looking little store.
Yeah.
Some great comic sets that they've got in stock at the moment of classic runs, all bundled together as sets.
Cool.
And some very awesome key issues up on the wall.
Yeah.
And if you're a gaming fan, they've got models, they've got paints, they've got dice, they've got card sleeves, they've got everything else in there. So Comic Empire, head along, check them out on Facebook. And, you can find them at 347 Logan Road at Stones Corner. So there you go. Because Brisbane's there's a ton of comic shops in Brisbane at the moment. Although there's Junkie Comics over at West End and running they're struggling a bit. They're running a Kickstarter at the moment, or crowdfunding.
Yeah, GoFundMe type.
Because it's a very independent comic shop. They do a lot of indie titles and zines, all that kind of stuff. But there's a number of shops around, and some of the Brisbane stores are struggling. So if you've got a local comic book store that you go to, no matter whether it's Brisbane, Sydney, Perth, Melbourne, Toowoomba, Darwin,
Albuquerque,
wherever it is, if you've got a local comic shop, go along and support them. Yeah. And keep local, because those guys put not just money back into the community, but they also help out with community events and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So support local where you can, and if you haven't been in your comic shop for a while, go and visit them, because sure as hell they're all probably going to need a bit of support at the moment.
Yeah.
And like I say, one door shuts, Cosmic Comics over in Rockingham, sad to see. Another door opens with Comic Empire in Brisbane. So let's hope we can keep the scales balanced. Fingers crossed. I was going to talk about some of the crap with Marvel. What happened at the Retailer Summit.
The Beast, but
no, I won't go into it tonight. Just check retailer packs of 10 are available now. Thanks, Grant. There you go. Wasn't available as of this morning, so I may head along and now back that. But I was pretty pissed off. Like I said, I contacted them late last week when they launched it.
Yeah.
Within hours of them launching it, I was like, "Hey, where's the retailer packs?" So thanks for the heads up, Grant. So I take back my... See, this is what happens. You get on here and you fucking... and then things happen. But anyway, what else was I talking about? I want to talk about the whole Marvel thing. Oh my god. David Gabriel at Marvel and Axel Alonso put their foot in it big time, and the flow back has been... They essentially said, because Marvel sales have been for a little while, right, across the board. They've tried to blame it on everyone else, including DC's price point. They're like, it's because DC's doing returnable comics and comics for $2.99. Pretty much 99% of retailers out there all went, work for us. We've sold shit tons of DC. Your Marvel books are sitting on the shelf. Customers were dropping them in droves, and Marvel came out in this thing. They actually invited a bloke from... I can't even think of the name of it, but anyway, a publication to come in and say, I think they forgot he was in there, because they've just kind of opened up in front of retailers and gone, the books aren't selling. We know the books aren't selling because people don't want diversity and don't want women in comics. And a lot of retailers went, No, that's not it at all. No, it's just we want better stories. We want comics that aren't fucking $4.99 for the first issue or $5.99 US for the first issue.
Yes.
Marvel's got shitty price points for a lot of their fucking books. You know, we don't want rotating creative teams. We don't want you restarting and renumbering every couple of months. Like the latest Ghost Rider series. It's not even getting past issue 5. And they're ending it. It's... Marvel's... makes my blood boil. But anyway, they shot themselves in the fucking foot. And the internet blew up. And Richie Johnson over Bleeding Cool, he broke this... Like, it was one article, right?
I need to go for a second.
Okay. It was one article, right? He's left me. Anyway, one article... And he cut it down into whole bits and bobs. Like, they came out and said that a lot of artists don't move the needle on events. They kind of almost said they've only got 2 good artists. Fucking John Cassaday and fucking Olivia Copiel. And artists got pissed off on Twitter going, the fuck are we, chop liver? Yeah, they're trying to foster this whole writers are better than artists kind of thing. That doesn't end well for anyone. And comic fans know that. So, yeah, not a wise... decision by the 2 guys in charge of Marvel, the day-to-day operations of Marvel. Your editor-in-chief, he shouldn't have come out and said those things. So let's see what the flow-on effect is, and I'll be honest, I'm interested to see what happens, because I'm looking for, as a retailer and a bit of a massive comics fan all around, yeah, I'm a DC boy at heart, but I do like to support comics wherever I can. So I read a lot of Image, I read a bit of other independent publishers, I've checked out some cool Valiant stuff. And, yeah, look, I want to give Marvel another shot. I want Marvel to be healthy, because when Marvel's healthy and DC's healthy, the whole industry's healthy. But at the moment, Marvel, stop shooting yourselves in the foot. Just own up that your books have been a bit crappy. Pull your writers into line. Get your artists out on time. And make good books again. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting old, I think.
Need to have a quick pee, did we, Ginge?
Ixnay on the...
EA.
ISP.
Anyway, there'll be more to come out of that whole Marvel thing, I'm sure of it. Sure as hell.
I was trying to look for me Blue Beetle action figure, but I can't find it.
Anyway, folks, if you've got any other questions, put it in the comments. We'll get back to them later on. We better let you all go now.
Well, just quickly, the JLA.
Yes.
What's the minions of Darkseid?
Parademons.
Parademons. Mm-hmm. You actually get to see one of the Parademons flying into a character and get taken on. So they're coming into it.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm super excited. I hope you're enjoying your comics and TV series and movies out there, geekers. Geekers. Jesus Christ, it's Monday night. I'm tired. Geek speakers, and let us know in the comments what you're enjoying the most. I want to know what your favourite comic is right now, and I also want to know what your favourite superhero-themed TV show or movie is right now. Tell us in the comments, and we'll talk about them next week. How's that sound? Thanks for tuning in. I've been Todd.
I've been Wade.
You've been watching Geek Speak Live. Fingers crossed, if we don't fall apart, we'll be back next Monday night with a new live video.
Hopefully there won't be another gun siege.
Fingers crossed. Unless I wig out and just go kill people. Catch you later.